Yeah, like it's your whole life going to the dentist.
Going to the dentist is our life. That is a rolling thing. Hi, Patreon folks. I've gotten notes from them that you guys are always going to the dentist. And yes, I'm going to the dentist
Yeah,
after this podcast.
I'm not.
You're
Suck
not.
it, teeth.
Should I go see Ballerina tonight?
What's
The
that?
John Wick thing.
I don't. I don't care about John Wick. I'm sorry. I
Okay.
love action movies. I saw Nobody 2. It was
Hmm.
fantastic.
I've
I
only
just
seen
don't
John Wick.
care.
I have the set
I,
here. I've seen one and two, and I like them like a year ago, and I haven't gotten around to three yet. And I think Ballerina is like based around three, but whatever.
they're almost
Honestly,
like the opposite. Like they're written by the same guy, but the
hmm.
John Wick movies are like full of all this lore and stuff, and the Nobody movies are just like Bob Odenkirk is just trying to be a regular guy, and then he ends up having to beat everyone's ass, and
I
that's
still need
like
to watch
so much more
Nobody,
appealing to me.
which is
It's
right
really
there.
good.
It's right there. I
I,
can watch it.
I
There's
don't like
lots of things I need to
don't
watch.
like I don't like lore. I don't
Yeah.
like lore unless it is fed to me in a way that is not someone tells me about the ancient customs of the society of the grim whatever's.
Speaking of which, I went in yesterday because I was walking by and there wasn't a line, so I was like, "What the hell?" So I went into Harajuku's month-old like giant Harry Potter store and
Mhm.
realized, yeah, I don't like Harry Potter. I used
I
to,
never
so it's a kind of revelation. No, I used to like Harry Potter's, and now because I was like, I've already done Harry Potter since Rowling got tweeting a lot, right? And I was like,
yeah.
but now going in the store, it's like, yeah, I actually don't like this stuff. The one thing that was cool is they had the escalator to the second floor was really dark, and they had like owls hanging from the ceiling and fake trees and
Ooh.
mirrors and
Oh,
mood
I'd do
lighting.
that.
And I have a video, I'll send it to you. The escalator is cool as shit. So big props to the
Yeah.
Harajuku Harry Potter store escalator. But I was like, do I want to buy a butterbeer? No, I don't. Do I want to buy any Harry Potter merch? No, I don't.
Yeah, it's not she's not just tweeting, she's also donating a lot of money to like specifically
Oh,
railroad trans people.
I'm
It's
glad I
like
didn't buy
she is
anything there.
very much an activist in the name of hatred. So yeah, and then
Okay, but no, I was in there because
uh
I've just been like, because I never intentionally was like, oh, screw her, I'm not doing anything Harry Potter. And then the actors of the
mhm,
movies have been very much like, we are separating ourselves from her. So, I want to
yeah.
be on Team Radcliffe and stuff, but, Emma Watson seems cool, even though I guess she drives too fast. But,
What?
oh, she lost her
She
license
drives too
a month or
fast?
two, a couple
She
months
doesn't
ago.
need a license. She's rich.
Yeah, exactly. It was
No,
just in the news
but
because someone else famous in England had the same thing had just happened. So.
what's like we talk a lot on the other podcast about Kevin Spacey, but it's like it's highly likely that if you watch a Kevin Spacey movie on like Amazon or something, that no money is going directly to
Right.
Kevin Spacey. But if
And
you do
one,
anything Harry Potter, it goes all directly to her.
Kevin Spacey is a very good actor, you know? So
That's
whatever you want to
true.
say, he's a
Also,
very good actor,
honestly,
and
I'll
most
die
of
on
his
this
characters
hill.
suck.
His acting is way better than J.K. Rowling's writing.
Yes, that was the
I
point I
don't
was
care.
making. And also most of Kevin Spacey's characters suck. So you're like, whatever. I don't like this guy anyway, so it's fine. Again, the craft is good. He is a very good actor, despite, being a weird sex pest.
Yeah, that's I've always thought the Harry Potter movies didn't handle lore as good as say like the Chronicles of Narnia or Lord of the Rings. Those are about the only fantasy things I've even
I'll get
ever
back to you on
even.
Lord of the Rings when we do this for Films and Filth. But yes, let's do the
I,
Severance. Severance time, dentist.
yeah, we
We got
do
45 minutes.
this
We're good. I got to
dentist
brush my teeth before I go there too.
shit. Welcome to the outdoor recreational podcast activity team building
I have it written down. If
exercise.
you want outdoor retreat and team building occurrence, you could be a outdoor podcast and podcast building occurrence. I almost you can't say experience. You want to say experience, and experience is not in this
Uh,
one.
well, it is now.
Okay, now it
It's
is.
Woes Hollow, episode
Experience
4,
us.
season 2. Matt, did you know?
Mark, did you know their intro's
Did
covered?
you know about Heli R? Did you know?
Um, no, but I
I
was
didn't
like,
think you did.
but I did pick up on like, I'm not as Irving is smarter than me. Let me throw that out there. But I did pick up on she doesn't feel right, you know? She like the
Yeah.
acting seemed off. Like you, I think you were saying in episode one where things seemed off, and she seemed the most off, which turned out to be on purpose, right?
It's funny because I've said something about the subreddit before. I had no idea. And then after the first episode, people were like, "It's Helena. It's the Audi." And when they said enough about it, I was like, "Yeah, yeah, you're right. You're right,
Well,
Redditors."
well, good for me of staying off Reddit. So no,
Well, you'd have to be
that
on
is
there
some
when it
genius
premiered.
stuff because I did pick up that she was off, but I didn't actually pick up why she was off. So,
Well,
props to the show.
the number one clue. Well, I guess the number one clue is lying about the Audi thing, but or the night gardener. But the main clue is in the first episode of this season. You see her like sit at her computer and kind of have trouble turning it on. Like that
Ah,
is
okay.
the number one clue.
Yeah, I fully did not
Probably
pick that
missed
up.
it.
And also,
I didn't I didn't either.
I'm not ahead, so we saw Mark get reintegrated last week and this week, except for that one flash where he's banging Helena and sees Miss Casey or Gemma or whatever. Like that's the only reference I think to reintegration this episode.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, okay. If that even is a reference to reintegration, which I guess it
I
is.
I think it is.
Yeah. And you've seen farther and I have not gone past Woe's Hollow, so that's as far as I am. I have not done episode 5 yet, even though this one's cliffhanger enough you want to. Also
Yeah,
face acting in this one. Britt what is her name? Britt Lauer?
Brett Lauer.
Britt Lauer and Totoro, obvious, whatever.
Yeah,
Totoro but the face acting, holy crap in this episode from both of them.
yeah, yeah,
And
for sure.
Milchek, I
It's
mean Milchek, excuse me, Tillman, also just like you stop saying at this point because he does it every week.
yeah, but he's especially it's like you can feel the rage building up inside of him kind of. I know I
Yeah.
keep saying that, but it's like you can definitely when he says to Dylan like marshmallows are for team players, Dylan. Like just he
Coffee's for
specifically
closers. It's the same tone,
names
right?
he specifically names Dylan even though Dylan didn't do anything. He's like they're for team players, Dylan. They don't
Dylan
just hand
being
them out.
Dylan. Anyway, we have lots of things to say on lots of things in this episode, but I guess we should get the trivia and summary out of the way.
Okay. Ben Stiller's back on directorial duty. The writing credit, once again, is shared by Anna Uyang Mensch and Dan Erickson, as stated before. At some point in the trivia, this is Mensch's only writing credit this season. I think she's still some sort of producer on the show, not in IMDb, but in the end credits. I don't know how IMDb works, honestly. If you know how IMDb works, then write in.
Works a lot
Most of
less
this
cool since they broke Box Office Mojo, I'll tell you that.
Well, I mean, IMDb, but what Amazon bought it or something? I
No,
can't
it used
remember.
to like you used to be able to adjust for inflation, compare movies from different times based on different kinds of inflation, like all sorts of things. And then they made it
Hmm.
paid, so now you pay for it and you still don't get those features anymore.
Well, I definitely don't get those features not paying for it.
Right.
Most of this episode was filmed at Minnewaska State Park Preserve in Kerhonkson, New York, which is along the Shawangunk Mountain Range. I didn't make any of that up. It's about
We'll
100
see. We'll
miles
see what the New
north.
Yorkers say about your pronunciation later.
Oh, Shawangunk.
They
It's
did,
about 100 miles north of New York City. The world's tallest waterfall was portrayed by Awosting Falls, weighing in at about 30 feet tall.
wow.
If you ever purified yourself in the waters of Lake Minnewaska,
Yes. Oh no, that's
okay.
Minnesota. No, have not done that.
Have you been to Lake Minnewaska? I
No.
know it's possible. It's possible since you've been like outdoors in the Northeast.
No, I worked in the Poconos one summer. Like, of course it wasn't winter. But yeah, I worked in the so that's going a little down. That's Pennsylvania, right? So, hey,
Okay.
again, I
You have to
told you
tell
I
me.
got more to say about this episode.
You have to tell me. I can't tell you. Sarah Bach took theremin lessons in preparation for this episode, and she is really playing it in the campfire scene.
Okay, and it was
By the
good
way,
theremin.
that's
It's
one of
not
the
a.
best theremin performances I've ever seen, and I've seen a lot of
I was
people
thinking what Clara
attempt
Rockwell
it.
or something, right? Yeah.
I assumed it was pre-recorded, but no, it is not. Eagle-eyed viewers might have noticed that the Glasgow block was one of the functions listed on the computer that Dylan used to activate the overtime contingency protocol in the season one finale. The only guest actors are the doubles of our main cast, and we don't have very much time with them at all. And the actor who plays Woe, Faith Vaughn, has no credits and no biography. So I'm just going to wish all those actors well with their careers and move along. And that's the trivia for this week.
I mean, they could have just used the regular actors, and they didn't, and I love that they didn't.
Yeah, that's. I think if they used the regular actors, then that would have just opened a bunch of questions that we don't need. We don't need
Hmm.
more. Well, I don't need to wonder: are they cloning everyone, or do they have some way to display people inside of their brains when they're in the Ortbo? Yeah, it's funny and good not to like don't. That's like a again, a lesson for a lot of other like mystery box type shows. Don't don't do that. Don't
I
like open a box that you don't want to that you're not going to follow up on.
What I did want to see is like they're working in the unsevered floors of Lumon, these people, and someone's, hey, we need you to do a job for us, and they get bussed out here, and it's like, could you put this business casual sweater and go stand in the frickin' blizzard, like, and then point?
Who knows? They
Why?
could be
Why am I doing
actors.
that? Yeah, they could be actors. Okay, I just like to think that someone that they were like, hey, this Beth over in marketing looks a bit like Helena. Get her.
I mean, what if it's the board?
Oh, but the board would have to look kind of like all of the severed floor, like MDR, you know. I
Maybe the
like to
board
think they
is
just
just a
got.
lot of people.
I want to think it was Hudsucker Proxy. You know, they just got like them out of the mailroom.
Maybe.
I will do a story then.
Do
Summary
it.
for you and the listener. MDR
We'll
awakes in a winter wonderland. A video from Milchek and pointing from weird doppelgangers sends them on the outdoor retreat and team building occurrence. They find the fourth appendix of Kier Egan in the Scissor Cave, which sends them on the path of Kier's cursed brother Dieter to Woe's Hollow. They find Mr. Milchek and Miss Huang running a glamping base camp. Irving catches on that something is up with Helly. Helena and Mark S. get sexy, and Mr. Milchek has Miss Huang toss the roasting marshmallows into the fire after she's finished playing the theremin. Irving sleeps out in the cold and then drowns an incognito Helena Egan until Milchek has the switch thrown to sever her back into Helly. Milchek orders Irving to walk into the forest where he will be severed back into his Audi. Irvby apparently never to return. Okay, there we go.
So there's a lot to talk about. Let's try and do it kind of in order
Okay,
if we
sure.
can.
Um,
But I already asked you if you knew. There were a couple of times when this topic sort of came up, and I just tried to keep my mouth shut
I
because
knew
I
there was an
kind of thought
outdoor
you
episode
didn't.
with the innies. Like that was hard to not
Well,
get spoiled because
no,
you just
I
look
mean
at.
the Helena thing
No,
specifically.
I did not get properly. That's why I think last week I told you I'd already seen this episode. I was like, oh, I definitely gonna watch it again before we do the podcast, you know. So
Yeah. Well, yeah. When it starts, you really don't think that you're in for I don't know, basically sexual assault and then attempted murder. And then then an execution. That's basically if you want a really short summary.
yeah, but again, said the face acting. Turturro's got such a like, I'm baller over you, bitch face on his face.
Yeah. But he was definitely
And
it
Milchek's giving it back just as hard. It's great, you know?
yeah, but it's really amazing that basically you might have thought that Irv's like the peak his peak anger was the end of last season, but no, it's now. Like this is he has continued to get more and more angry.
So I don't think this is major spoiler territory, but is Totoro like going to be a little more absent a few episodes, or do we get straight to it?
I will
I don't
say
think
that
that's a
he will be
spoiler.
back.
I'm sure I'll be back. I'm just
The
like,
actor will be back.
okay, the actor will be back. Got you. Okay. Anyway, yeah,
We don't
I
actually
watched this a week
know.
and a half ago, so I'm still
Yeah.
cliffhanging, man. I wanted to do this podcast before I move ahead, you know?
Yeah. Um Yeah, both Christopher Walken and John Turturro will be there. There will be an episode where they spend a lot of time together.
Have you been to Cloudland Canyon in North Georgia? Did I take you there?
Maybe.
Okay. I mean, I know what this wasn't filmed there, but the it's got cliffs very
Not even
similar to
close.
this. It's got taller waterfalls.
Everywhere has taller waterfalls. You know the tall. I looked up the tallest waterfall on the planet. It's like 3,200 feet. It's literally 100 times
But you can you
the
can
height.
you can gaslight your innies. Why not? They don't know any better.
It's just really a very funny thing that they didn't have to put in,
No, it's
which
not
is
funny,
great.
and it never was.
It's, I'm still laughing about it. Um, I mean, I'm laughing about. I don't know. There's a lot of things to laugh about in this.
Oh yeah, it's so whack. Like you and I were talking right before the proper record about, like how you deal with lore with Harry Potter kind of bumbling it a bit. And we can talk crap about
Well,
Rowling, and
it's
that's
it's
easy. Let's
it's
do that. Whereas
it's a
this one,
personal
this is a
thing. I don't want lore fed to me by
this is
it. Lore should
such a
be simple.
perfect because the lore in this one is full on like Dungeons and Dragons whack, and it's there if you want to
Mm.
think about it. But you don't. They don't. Unlike Irving, they don't shove your face into the water of that lore in this episode. You know.
Well, it's like the way cults operate. Actually, to to their credit, to their discredit, like the way cults operate usually is the correct way to feed lore into the human brain, and that's why cults work because they give you things that are basically accessible, but then have a lot of things behind them, but you don't necessarily need to know every single thing right away. And then eventually you get to OT8 and you get to find out about Xenu, and somehow that makes
Yay.
sense by then. Um, it might have been OT6. I could be wrong on that,
Oh, come on. You
but
can
yeah,
get up to 8.
it is a very hilarious thing how there's this like insanely gory story about his twin or Kier's twin,
I was
and
sitting there
then
like I should be writing quotes, but they were just so thick. I was like, I can't even write these. The only one I wrote down is the last one. Now he's no one's brother. Only chaos is whore.
this whore, and then he says the end, and then it
More
says
tomorrow.
the next chapter is Kier and the thieving nanny, which is like the funniest. That is for some reason even funnier to me, and they gloss over that so quickly. But it's like that's just the title of a like a Nancy Drew book.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, obviously, this Kira lore is not being written. This is like corporate, boilerplate crap. This is not being written by like
Yeah.
proper authors, most likely. Just like you said,
So
all the music in Severance, like, I mean, well, the theremin
well,
performance being an exception, actually, but all the
no, I mean,
music like
I
in
think
world tends to suck, you know?
it's more. I think the music that sucks in world is more just like Petey and his family.
Yeah, okay.
Really, looking back on it, which is fine. That's like kind of fun. Petey's kind of a screw up. I mean,
Mm,
he screwed up life
yeah.
basically. He screwed up being alive.
I'm
It was
still
kind of his fault, unless it wasn't. We
uh,
don't really know.
So I've led. I told you I was working the Poconos 20 years ago, and I've led. Obviously not things with this much weird lore, but I've led kids and stuff on camping trips and stuff. I've done the mill check role in this, and I was just
Hmm.
sitting there thinking like when the episode starts, like the setup of this, like I'm just thinking the mechanics of how you set this up. It's like, okay, Irving, well, not real, Aldi Irving, please go step into the middle of this frozen lake. That sounds like a bad call, you know? When do they set up the TV DVD combo? That's not going to last too long in, freezing and snow. Like they must have just put it there like 10 minutes previously, you know?
That is also amazing because it's like Milchick shows up on the screen and they do that whole thing where he's still for a little bit too long, like someone didn't bother to
Oh,
edit
and the
it, and then
very
he
end where
says,
he suddenly gets
"Hi."
dark and starts giving warnings. That's great too.
Yeah, and he's like, "Hi, it's Mr. Milchick from work."
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like you're one of like four people they've ever met.
Yes, exactly. Another time where I should have been writing down quotes, but they were just coming too furious and too fast, too much wild speed, so I couldn't get all that down.
Mm, Hobbs and Shaw.
Yes. Let's see. So
Um. Oh.
is I watch this, I do feel like Irving is damn smart. Like for fictional media, I feel like Irving is now coming across as one of these smarter characters and things.
Well, I do feel like it's something that is explicable, but I mean the main takeaway for me, which makes this episode was part of what makes this episode one of the best in the series, is that we kind of hear about Kier's vision quest or whatever, and it's kind of stupid and like ridiculous. But then Irving has an actual real vision quest and then is killed for it. Like he's executed by Lumen for his vision, for like having the vision and being completely right. But it is rational because you have to assume that Audi Irving probably knows who Helena Egan is, like what she looks
Yeah, we're
like.
assuming Audi or
And
Egan is pretty sharp as well. So, although he seems
and
a little more possibly
well,
obsessed and
I don't
paranoid.
know.
We don't
I'm
know.
not convinced she's very smart. I think
Oh,
that
I know
she's
Irving. I'm calling
arrogant.
Irving smart,
Oh,
not Helena.
You said Audi Egan.
Oh, sorry, I meant Irving. Irving Egan. That's
Okay.
close.
Um we'll get to
No,
Helena in
Helena
a minute,
is a
but
mess.
yeah,
Like
she's absolutely a mess and
put her and
not good at
Cobell.
lying.
Yeah, put her and
Yeah.
Cobell next to each other. I would suck if I was doing this, by the way. They'd figure me out real quick.
I yeah, I mean, keep in mind that remember the way it worked earlier in the season was set up in season episodes 1 and 2 where they basically had like 24 hours or just like look, we have to get this team back together to get Mark Scout back and and they said like including Helena Egan and you have to assume that they didn't know they were going to do this the 24 or 48 hours it was one of those two. They didn't
Oh,
know
for
like
Woe's
this was
Hollow, it was
definitely
48 hours.
not an idea that they had beforehand, right?
Right.
So and we still don't really know why.
I mean, I guess
It was
Helena is
like
somewhat terrified of Heliar since Heliar has tried to actually kill her
I
and
will
destroy her
spoil
life.
I will go ahead and spoil this. It's like we still don't really know why. We still even after this season, we don't really truly know what she was trying to do. Or what was the process like, you know, did she get the board's approval, any of the stuff? We still she's still kind of a mystery, but she is definitely a mess and is a bad liar. But yeah, I think Irving, like Irving's Audi obviously knows a lot of things, and we definitely, I don't know if this is like canonical for like the history of Lumen or the history of Severance, but it's like we haven't in this show yet had an any sleeping the night and having a dream, which that is itself kind of interesting. Like what
Okay,
do
good
innies
point.
dream about? They apparently they might dream about what their Audis dream about.
They might be micro napping at the computers though, you know. Especially
Well,
Mark, you
there's the
know.
black goo.
Yeah, oh right, there's a black, that's a dream.
Remember,
So Irving's a
yeah, it's a
dreamer.
dream.
He's kind of a
He
Zen master
dreamt
by the end of this episode, I think.
he dreamt about what his Audi does every night when he puts on Ace of Spades and paints black goo.
Yeah.
Black paint. It's not black goo.
What's goo in
Uh,
this in the
it's
any
goo in his
dream?
dream. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So
that whole scene was so cool. Like I don't know what they did to film it. It looked so weird. Like it looked like, you know, 2006 music video weird.
yeah,
The
but
whole
oh
thing where
yeah.
Bert shows up and he looks like he's just like kind of almost like a computer generated character or something.
His hair was too combed.
Did you notice the word Montauk?
Oh hell yeah! You know I noticed the word Montauk.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So, but that was cool. Let's see what else we got here. I wonder if bear is tasty. I've never had. Have I had bear meat? I'm not
I
sure.
haven't.
Actually, now that I'm sitting here
I'm
thinking, I've
not
had
going to say
moose
no
and
to it.
seal. I've had moose and
Yeah,
seal. I've had
we've gone over
buffalo.
that.
That's not so weird
I've
now,
had,
though.
buffalo is not weird at all, but it's delicious.
Locust. I've eaten locust.
I don't think I've had locust, but again, I wouldn't say
Bee
no.
larva. I've eaten bee larva. Whale sperm. Have we done whale sperm on this show, or was that a different show?
What? No.
Luke too. We ate fried whale sperm, not sperm whale, whale sperm.
All right.
How do they get it out of the whale? They kill the whale. Um, that's what they said.
Yeah.
It's fried, and we ate, and then they told, and then we learned what it was. It's like I don't know. I'm gonna
Well,
stop
you know
thinking
that
about that now.
there was a whole, there was a whole, there was a whole thing where the computer also had all the letters from the word Egan and sort of all rearranged, and I also kind of thought that was a reference to the cinematographer, Jessica Lee Gagne, his
Ah,
last
okay.
name Gagne. So I'm kind of wondering if Egan was partly an anagram of her last name.
Well, if you're keeping points, I did not notice that. But also, Montauk
Oh,
seemed to be spelled like differently than usual. That also stood out. It wasn't like the normal spelling.
well, the reason why her name struck me is because she directed the episode that I said would be your favorite,
Oh, but we
and it
don't know
is
that yet because I'm
generally
only
the
up to
internet's.
here.
It is one of the internet's favorite episodes as
Okay.
well, and one of my favorite episodes.
Okay. What number is that? Just out of curiosity, so I do keep
I
track.
think 7.
Okay. That's fine. Okay, moving on. That's just me asking questions. That's not interesting for people listening. Or maybe it is. I don't know.
Chique
Um,
Bardo. Chique Bardo. That's what it's called.
the banging,
Chique Bardo.
I guess we talk about the banging because they are like what a 20-year difference, which is mildly. Well, I guess Miss Casey's also 20-year difference. I don't know. I mean, Adam Scott looking
I
good for age
actually I
50.
think no, I think what's her name? Deacon Locken is like mid 40s. I think she's older than
Damn, she's
Helena.
hot. Okay.
Oh, she is. Are you kidding me? She's one of the hottest people who's ever lived.
No,
Like
I know. I'm
they
just like I just
definitely
assumed she can't be older than 30.
no, she is definitely like kind of like mussed up a little bit for the Miss Casey role, but no, like
Oh, I like the
yeah,
mussing up, to be honest. That I find that
nothing
attractive.
wrong with
So,
that. Nothing wrong with that at all.
no, I've seen
But
pictures of
like,
her like in her normal life, and she's still very attractive. I have more. I mean, I live in Japan. Come on, I have more of a thing for Miss Casey.
all right. I did look up an interview after I did trivia on her. I was like, she's Australian apparently. She is very Australian. She's like, good
Australian,
day,
Tibetan, yeah,
mate. Oh, I'm in Severance. Yeah, it's like that.
yeah.
She's Australian as hell. Um,
But yeah, and well, yeah, you're calling it sexual assault, which huh.
I mean, Revenge of the Nerds style.
Oh yes,
Uh,
okay, there we go. That is exactly the tone that, except the tables flipped, of
uh,
course, but
well, yeah, but
as it
it's like
probably should
it's one of
be
the things where you probably
2025.
shouldn't think about that, honestly.
No,
You probably should never think about that because it's like, okay, it's the same person, just a different personality of theirs. I guess it's just like if you have a partner with a bunch of different personalities and I
well,
don't
one of
know.
what I was talking about, John Turturro's face acting, then Britt Lauer's face acting, because I find Helly to be extremely attractive. I don't find Helena to be that attractive, which might be one of the that might be the tell that I subconsciously kind of got. Like I said, I was fully like, oh, she's Helena, didn't catch that, but I felt something, like Irving, like something was up. But again, Irving's smart. I didn't pick up on that much. But she when she's doing Helena, she's not as attractive, right?
It's complicated. I mean, if you really want my read as far as like attractiveness, I think Helena seems like the kind of she's more of a sub.
Oh,
I
okay,
don't,
sure. I was gonna say her
it's
candle
just
seems to have burnt out a little more, where Helly seems to be like, on
I
fire.
I bet that like if you were married to Helena that you could probably just be like you want Chinese food and she would be like sure that sounds great and every once in a while Helly would probably just argue with you for no reason over where you're gonna eat.
Yeah, but it might be a fun
That's it.
argument, you know?
I'm sure that she would also I'm sure that she would be more um successful. Like you would definitely want Helly there if you were like at a bar and somebody was trying to fight you. You would want Helly there
I
because Helena would be like, she would be like, "Why aren't you hitting him? What's wrong?" Like she would just be disappointed that you weren't
because
fighting.
a very nice subtle tell in this episode also is, especially in this one, probably if I went back and watched the first year, I'd catch it too. When she makes Helly jokes, they don't hit, right?
Yeah,
Like,
but it's
uh,
also but that the part of what threw me about that is that season 2 in general feels very different. It's like slower and weirder. So I mean, maybe that serves that whole plot line, but it's like everything feels off. Like the first episode of the season, everything felt off.
but that, again, the reveal in this episode makes that kind of genius, I think,
Yeah.
So,
But
uh,
I definitely the love scene in this did really feel like it really reminded me of just making like a mistake. It did not feel good. It felt kind of bad.
I just thought
which
about
is
doing it in a tent and then going out and wondering if the people noticed that the tent was shaking because it would shake more in a car,
huh.
right? Hmm.
Okay, so you didn't feel like red flags.
Huh?
You didn't feel like it was a red flag thing. Okay. It felt to me like, oh man, something is just off. I
No,
wasn't
I'm talking
even
about my
thinking about
personal
what.
experience of doing it in tents, not the show.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about the show.
Okay.
The show that we're doing a podcast about.
I
No,
don't think their tent shook much because they had that heater and it seemed to be kind of
hmm.
like I wrote glamping in the summary because these are like freaking Thai class tents with heat and stuff, you know? So maybe they
Maybe it
don't
was that
shake
the music was really kind of weird when they were, it was like creepy music was playing a lot.
as well as should be.
So do you, but you know how looping back to when I said we don't know why, Helena was, I keep mixing up the pronunciation, like Helena is Space 1999.
Yeah, I don't
We
think it
don't know
matters.
why Helena, we don't know why Helena did this. Do you think that it's like some kind of lumen fertility ritual? Do
Oh,
you
I
think
hope
this is
so.
all planned?
We'll see. We'll see.
All
Um,
right. We don't, we, again, I'm just letting you know, we don't know that by the end of the season,
right.
but it
Uh,
does seem
Give me some
very
more cult stuff,
weirdly
you know?
deliberate. Yes. It is like, this is still like kind of the dream of what if Scientology really worked.
Well, does Scientology work better than Lumon, you know?
Well, I mean, but they did things like get a bunch of plants in the IRS. And if that hadn't happened, if they hadn't gotten a bunch of plants in the IRS, they probably wouldn't exist.
Hmm.
And also, if L. Ron Hubbard hadn't been so into boats that he just went around to a bunch of different countries,
Right.
those two things, I think.
Well, we got the master out of it
Those
all,
aren't.
so we got that going for us.
Oh, the Master is amazing. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that I feel like Lumen has more power than Scientology does.
Are they as well known though? Do they have the
I
public
mean, they're
persona?
passing legislation, aren't they? I mean, it's like people are on the street protesting Severance. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
okay.
Like there's nothing that Scientology has where people are like on the street protesting e-meters because they
I'm
don't do
still
anything.
confused about the outside world in Severance because it's still winter.
Well, it's just taking place over a very short period of time.
But it's not at this point. We know months have passed, so
Have months passed?
since season one, sure. And
Well,
I'm
we
pretty sure we've
did.
had a fair amount of time pass. Yeah. Or
Um,
when are they lying about time? Because at one point they say what 5 months or something. So it's definitely got to be summer if it's 5 months after winter. You know,
maybe it's just a really cold place. Maybe it's Antarctica.
maybe it is.
Um, that's the big reveal is it was Antarctica the
I
whole
had a
time.
dream once where I went to a city in Antarctica. It was exciting. It's one of my more memorable dreams.
I feel kind of guilty for this, but every time there's those segments where where Irving is yelling, "Mr. Milchick," I keep thinking of that part in The Simpsons where Abe Simpson kept yelling Mrs. Bouvier.
Yeah, but at the end of
Mrs.
this,
Bouvier.
he's doing it with like in the past you felt like he meant it when he said that. And this one he's clearly putting on airs, you know. Mr. Belchak, look what I'm doing, asshole, you know.
Yeah, and then he's when he yells Seth, it's like, ooh, it's like the dagger.
Weaponizing
Um,
the name, yeah.
did you catch that? Did you catch that? The animated video in the season opener had them all bobbing for pineapples, and there was a scene in it where you see Helly's face from underneath the water, just like in this, like that scene was recreated
Oh, okay.
in this episode. I didn't catch that. I had to look at trivia for that.
Coincidence? I think not. Okay, yeah, I certainly didn't notice that, but sure.
Well,
Uh,
it's yeah, I'm sure it's not a coincidence. These people are writing the hell out of this thing.
shall we do our performance reviews?
Yes.
Let's start with Miss Huang, A plus theremin performance.
Yeah. Yes, of
Okay.
course, A plus. And she like cooked all the food, I guess. Or
Yeah,
she
A
threw the
plus for Miss
marshmallows into the
Huang.
fire. Yes, A
Yeah.
plus.
Well, she was told to do that by Mr.
No, it's like
Milchak.
good. I'm gonna say, oh boy, he's kind of losing control. That I mean, he did stop Helena from being murdered, but just barely.
Yeah, but
So I don't know,
he kind of
C,
let it happen as well to start with, right?
C, I guess.
He was a bit. See, I was going with that because again, throwing the marshmallows in the fire. Miss Huang did it, but it was his order, right? That was just
No,
obnoxious.
there's
And,
I'm
and then
I'm saying it
scream
was good. Do it.
and then saying
Punish.
Dylan, who was not even in the conversation. That's not good management technique. So yeah, that's a
Yeah, it
C.
did not work.
His
He's
storytelling and his video making A's, but
yeah.
his actual running of the camping trip, C.
Okay, so Dylan, speaking of Dylan, what do we give Dylan?
B plus. I mean, he's not
B
going above and
plus? Yeah.
beyond, but he's going along with it in this episode, whatever they're trying to have them do.
He definitely yelled at Irving to stop.
Well, when someone's murdering someone, you tend to yell at them to stop, right?
Yeah, that's good. That's good team building to tell someone to stop murdering one of your other teammates.
I don't think was a standout on the camping trip. Excuse me, let's say this properly. I don't think he was a standout on the outdoor retreat and team building occurrence, but he was going
Call him
along with it,
Ortho.
and he wasn't like, I don't think he was painting outside of the box on this one,
Yep.
like Lumen style. So Lumen would give him a B plus. Uh, Helena doesn't get a grade because she's Helena Egan.
Yep.
Okay.
Nothing.
Um,
I mean, hell, he just woke up, so
Yeah, so she doesn't get a review at all because she's gasping for air. That's you can't really be
I
performance
mean, I
reviewed when
guess
you're
we
gasping for
can.
air.
We can review Helena because we've
She's
done it
doing
the
it.
last
She's
three episodes,
okay.
haven't we?
Well, C
I'm gonna give
plus,
her a
B
C.
minus, B minus. She's not doing the
No, no,
worst
no, no.
job. I couldn't
C
do a good
minus.
job.
This is
Oh, C
why.
minus. Okay.
C minus. This is why. Because she. No, honestly, yeah, no. Okay, C minus because for one thing, she laughed at Kier's story about his brother, made crass masturbation jokes. She's the one who made the marshmallows get thrown away. She lied badly, and stood next to a body of water while lying. So yeah,
Hmm.
C minus. I think mainly the thing where
Oh,
you know that she
since we
deserves
are technically in the office, I guess sexual harassment as well. So.
yeah, sex pestery,
Okay,
pestering.
that probably bops it down to a C minus. I mean, you could, well, yeah, Mark, it's like he went along with it, but he didn't know who it was. So,
I mean, if we want to be real, like, what's the board actually gonna like? She's not. She knows she's not gonna get in trouble for like laughing at Kier's dead brother masturbation metaphor or whatever the hell it was.
well, that's why I was like not, originally saying we should give her a performance. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
What?
Performance review.
Yeah, I'm saying that's why we should give her a performance review is because she's
Okay.
like thinks that thinks she's too good to like care about Kier's pus eyeball exploding brother who's nobody's brother and only chaos is horror.
So I'll agree with C minus. Like at my work for the past year, there's been this big sign in Japanese in English. We do not tolerate harassment because apparently a teacher was fired last year for being harassy. So the signs are
Ew.
still up. Yeah, C
Well,
minus. I guess you're correct on that.
yeah, you shouldn't tolerate harassment, but also, yeah, I think the main thing the board, if there's like a fertility ritual or something that we don't have confirmation on, then that still doesn't cancel out that she insulted Kier and laughed.
Okay. So I'll go with you on that.
Um,
Marquez,
um,
I guess
B, he's just sort of there,
see.
getting
I'll give him
sexed.
since I give Dylan a B plus, though, I have to give Mark a B plus too, right?
But I mean, he also had sex. Is that
Yeah,
bad? Are you
with the
not supposed to have
boss.
sex on the Ortbo?
I don't know.
Are you not supposed to get Ort boned?
Ort boned. Um, I mean, what stays in Woe's Hollow? What happens in Woe's Hollow stays in Woe's Hollow? I don't
Hey, he filled up Will's Hollow.
know. So, anyway, I feel like I mean, that's not really the business of the board. So B plus from me.
Sure. If it's a fertility ritual, then he did perfectly well.
Irving got
Which leaves
executed.
us
Is that his worse in the
Irving.
break room? Instant F?
Yeah, F minus. I
F
mean,
minus.
he's.
Let's give
I
him a
mean,
G. He's a G. No, yes,
remember.
he's a G. I'm giving Dylan a G.
Okay, wait, you're giving Irving a G.
Irving, excuse me, yeah, not
You
Dylan.
said Dylan a G
I
because
know.
Dylan's last name is G.
Yeah, I did.
No, we know now who Helly is, right? So
Yeah.
all those F minuses she got last season, we now know that anybody else would have been executed or fired or whatever. So we know, I guess she didn't
Well,
do.
she didn't try to murder anyone on severed
She
floors,
did try to
except for
murder
herself.
herself.
Herself,
So, but
yes, but
that's the
that's
thing.
different. Slightly
That's
different.
really interesting that like two different cast members have tried to murder Heliar or Helena, Helena
Helena, yes.
Egan. Yes,
Nobody
who's
wants to murder
next?
Helly except for Helly.
Yeah, but that's pretty interesting that so now I don't know, two cast members have had sex with Mark and two have tried to murder Elena.
Yeah. So anyway, for Irving, yes, I'm so from the board, I'm like, it's worse than an F, it's a G. But personally, I'm like, Irvin's a G.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, that's even though to be fair, like how the hell did he know when she got changed back? Like she could have just been acting.
Yeah, you know what? He might have figured it out. He was
I
already pretty keen on it.
I think he just really wanted I think he wanted justification. And I mean, okay, spoilers. She has changed back, but it's like we don't really know that she, you know what I mean? Like, can we really know that?
No, the face acting. Again, you can see now
Yeah.
it's in her eyes. You can see, oh, that is now Helly.
Mhm.
That's not Helena. That's the acting. And then you see Irving giving like the most badass face ever when he's being sent off to execution.
Which makes Mark kind of dumb, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, Mark didn't notice.
I guess
But
any Mark is kind of dumb. Maybe Audi Mark would have known.
Audi Mark's kind of dumber though in some ways, right? He's emotionally
I,
dumber than any Mark.
I think, yeah. Well, I mean, you could just go with like, well, they're the same person.
Any Mark's
They're both
working on
dumb.
his kind eyes. And again, that's the weird thing about this episode. Like he did just get reintegrated. So who is this guy at this point, you know?
Yeah.
I
Well,
just
do you
I
want spoilers about that?
No, not at all. I'm gonna watch episode five.
Okay. Okay, you should watch episode 5.
Are we winding this one down then?
Well, I suppose so. If you want to go outdoors and retreat and build your team, then put on
Go
some
20 years into
headphones
my past when
and
that was my job.
go put headphones on and go to the snow and go take your device. And I'm doing such a terrible job at this.
I wish I could
Take
go
your
in the snow.
device
It's
and go to
freaking
pod.
30 degrees, 35 Celsius here today, which is like 100 Fahrenheit.
That's about. Actually, it's been a really mild summer. It's too bad. If
No,
you had
we
one
done got
summer
an
to
ass
visit
kicker.
here, if you had one summer to visit here in the last like 10 years, this is probably like the mildest one.
Ah,
But anyway, it doesn't matter because it's still too hot. But if you want it still to be too hot, then go to podcastius.org and listen to other fine podcasts like Films of Filth, Assistant, Kane of Podcasting, Lucla's Pokemon game show, Time Enough podcast about Twilight Zone, soon to be doing the Jordan Peele Twilight Zone. Um, back catalogs of Hyrule Field Report podcast 1999 and Monster Mash currently still happening and Occult Disney, and that's all the podcasts that exist.
that's
It's the
all of them. There's
tallest.
nothing else. It's the biggest. It's
It's
the
the biggest
most
podcast in the
podcasts
world.
you've ever heard of. Yes.
Thanks for listening to the biggest Severance podcast that's ever existed.
Okay, that does it. Oh yeah.
It was
Um,
it was
um,
kind of hard to talk about this episode without cursing because there's some really good
I
cursing in
only
it.
threw in an asshole. It worked out pretty well.
Yeah, but the all the good cursing is
Also, we
Irving
can.
saying fuck a whole bunch.
Yeah, I
Where
got
the part
these
where he just
now.
goes
That's fun.
fuck you all.
I think I showed you this one because I got that a few months ago, right?
Yeah, that's cool.
So I found
Is
this
that from
last week.
the
Their original series, Klingon, D7, what is it? And the Romulan bird of prey. So it's nice.
cool?
It's funny because they're TOS, so all the other models are like extremely detailed and stuff. But it's like shit like the USS Rhode Island. I'm like, I don't care about that. And they had a voyage. It would look like Voyager with like no details. Like it had like no paint on it. It had details in the molding, but it had no paint, which was weird.
I
So
love the whole joke where in Lower Decks that there's just the entire series of ships that only have like California based names.
yeah.
And they like they do such it takes so long for you to realize that that's just kind of funny
Oh,
itself.
that's funny. I was telling you I went to the Fender flagship store yesterday, and I played the Blue Flowers, but they had these. Like, it was like flagship exclusives, like, but so that's Japanese exclusive, but then they were based on colors in California, and they were the ugliest damn colors. It was like one was like
No.
mold green, and the other was like desert tan, and they looked like crap.
Man, have you watched the show The Studio?
Nope.
Are you aware of it?
By the way, have you watched the show? Whatever show you say after that, the answer is
Uh,
most likely no.
ah, well, it's on another Apple show, and it's like really good. I kind of like watched all of it. But it's like a comedy with like Seth Rogen is running a movie studio, and like a lot of the overarching plot is just they're trying to make like a Kool-Aid Man movie. It's
Mm.
like the ridiculous
He's
like
on the this week's blank check for Big Lebowski, by the way.
oh cool.
Yeah.
I really need to I don't I could say I need to listen to that, but I'm like
Yeah,
behind on the
Cohen's
podcasts I
run
already
is a
listened to.
pretty good time to be on that one.
Yeah, there's always backlogs, but yeah, it's like the same guy who did the music for Birdman, so it's like I don't you haven't watched that yet, right?
It's right there, and I haven't watched it. Yes, I have
Yeah,
so many
you
movies
were
that I
talking
need to
about
watch
watching
and
it.
are right here, and it just hasn't happened. Because recently, I haven't even been putting on like I'll put on like weird YouTube videos and then just go to bed. I've been
Yeah.
YouTube hold.
I've kind of the opposite where I just kind of did some TV watching for a while after a long time not doing it.
I
Like I
might
watched
get
all of
there, but
Murderbot,
yeah,
which I mentioned
yeah, you mentioned
to
that.
you and Luke, which is also pretty good. I think the studio is probably better, but Murderbot is like it's so original because it's basically kind of if the robot from Short Circuit gained sentience but didn't tell anybody, but also like he like constantly just watches TV shows, so it's like this thing where I mean it's played by Bill Skarsgård, so it's like a organic
Mm.
robot, but it's like you keep seeing all these things where he's flashing back to a fictitious Star Trek type show. So he keeps like but then everyone in space who he's hanging out with are like these completely ineffective space hippies.
Mm.
So
That
I
actually
don't
came
know.
up on the Big Lebowski podcast. Seth Rogen was talking about how he was talking to somebody about Short Circuit, and someone else came up who didn't know
Yeah.
about the movie, so they lied to him and told him it was a documentary, and he believed it for like 2 weeks.
That's funny. No, but seriously, this studio is like a great like shithead comedy about making movies and stuff. It's like it's kind of good catharsis
No, I'm
after
sure
not.
I did watch the first two Alien things, and I keep up with
Yeah.
Strange New Worlds for because I lead
Oh,
conversations
I'm
where I
behind on that. Jesus
well
Christ, I need
my
to catch
Sunday
up on that.
nights I'm like it's about Voyager, but if everyone has watched the Strange New Worlds, they also want to talk about that. So if I'm like, oh, I haven't watched it yet, that's not moderating very well, you know.
Yeah, I was caught up for a while and then I fell back behind. But I
The
need to watch
last
the
few,
Alien
the
thing
last
too.
couple have been quite good. Um,
Yeah.
I think the start of season three was a little, I mean, it wasn't bad, but it was a little spotty. But the last two or three episodes have really, since the holodeck episode, it's gotten quite good.
Oh, that's good.
No, the
I didn't
holodeck
mind
episode
it.
is not that good. After that, it gets very good because
Uh,
they have, there's one where it's like basically all of the TOS people end up on the Farragut with Kirk, and like Paul Wesley finally gets to, do a decent Kirk. So,
well, it's just the whole thing was that they did a holodeck episode that was basically the same as a bunch of other holodeck episodes, but without Moriarty.
yeah.
So that was the main their parody of Star Trek was amazing. It's just that wasn't enough of the but I don't I guess the studio is kind of like that episode, weirdly, because it's a lot of like movie shithead bullshit. Bryan Cranston plays like the CEO, and there's just
Ooh.
an episode where they all like accidentally eat too many drugs, and they're all just like running around screaming at each other. And it's and Adam Scott is in it too.
Mm.
I don't know. It's
No,
definitely
I'm
worth
sure if I
watching
could, yeah, it's just, yeah,
considering that
the queue is
your
growing.
relationship with movies is
Right.
like it definitely is like kind of a love slash hate letter to Hollywood.
How about Common Side Effects? You watch that?
Have not watched that.
Okay, that's one that might need to watch because that might be done a bit for the animation then.
Ah, cool. Okay, I've heard that was good. I didn't realize what that was, but
Well, when you click on Wiki, at least I have the Wiki page. It's like adult animation, dramedy, conspiracy thriller, psychedelic. So okay, that
yeah.
sounds fun. So we'll
Yeah.
get to that later.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I would definitely I think like as like a Trekkie, like Murderbot is very much kind of a love letter to kind of a
maybe we'll do
sideways love letter to Star
maybe
Trek.
we'll do a few because on the we were doing the cartoon Cabal thing, which is we're just doing all of Eva, but after that, I think we're just gonna do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. So maybe we'll do a little
Okay.
bit of that, you know?
Yeah, check. I mean, check it out. I really do think you'd like vibe with it because it's hard to. I know I've like tried to explain it by saying a bunch of different things, and it kind of is, but you're also inside of this robot's head the entire time, which is
Yeah.
an interesting perspective. Like I don't think there's ever been a first person robot show before, really.
Yeah. Anyway, I need to go
All right,
brush
you
my
got to go to the
gorilla and then
dentist.
go to the
All right,
dentist. So next week we could probably find. Oh,
Dumb
hold
and
on,
Dumber.
hold on.
Yeah.
This would need to be your Wednesday night, I think. I think I'm doing. Okay, yeah, yeah. This time next week, I'm actually doing Requiem for a Heavyweight. So I would need to do Severance on Wednesday
Um.
night, or we skip the week is also fine.
Okay. That's fine
Okay,
with me. I
Tuesday,
just
Tuesday,
Monday's
Dumb
bad
and
for me next week
Dumber
anyway.
prequel, and then okay, so it works out.
Yeah, because it's Dragon Con, and I don't know.
Oh,
I
okay,
think
yeah,
it'll
yeah,
probably
yeah,
be
for sure.
over. It'll probably be over, so I probably will have time. But in case I just end up
Well,
partying the whole weekend,
again
then
already have podcast scheduled there, so it doesn't matter. Hopefully, it's. I've noticed on the
yeah,
last couple Rod Serling movies, and I think I've even been pitching about it on the podcast. Like, yeah, this is starting to feel a little more like an academic endeavor here, you know, for with Saddle the Wind
yeah.
and
I
whichever
I
followed that.
yeah, I love that they're doing genealogy, but I like don't know how closely I'm gonna follow all of it. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Well,
That's
the
like
thing here
gonna be
is
one of those things where
I got five more
I
movies to do, two of which should be legit good, and then we get back to the Twilight Zone. So
yeah,
it's kind of a way just to actually just pad out, like I'm not abandoning the podcast or anything, but I'm just kind of like
yeah.
filling out. Oh, and I didn't put out Films and Filth last week, mostly because I was going nuts trying to get Hannah's paperwork ready and all that sort of stuff for her passport. So, but
Yep.
whatever, it's summer, people.
I mean, maybe it'll be timed so that you'll be here for the season finale of Severance.
Yeah, that'd be fun. We do that in person. So we'll do
We
we'll
should do
do on
something in
code. Yeah, we'll
person.
do something in person.
It would be fun to do a game show in person. I don't know if I can make that happen though.
Mm. I was thinking of not even mention since I'm not taking time off from work. I was considering not even mentioning Luca was going to the States and then just doing a films and filth with you and I in the same room and blowing his mind. But I already mentioned that to him now, so we can't do that anymore.
Yeah, I'm like fucking. I'm always like, well, it would be cool if Luke and
He might
Mercy could
forget
visit.
though.
I mean, I'm always like, oh, it'd be cool if they could visit here. But then I'm like, oh yeah, we live in a fucking fascist hellhole, and they might get deported
No,
for
I'm
just
wondering if
coming
I'm gonna
here.
get like sent into like the break room since I haven't been in the States for 15 years, when I go through immigration.
Well, you are white at least.
Oh yeah, that'll help, won't it? But yeah, and then Hana, I don't think they're gonna give a crap now that we do have both passports in the works. So yeah.
Who fucking knows, man? I really don't know, but they're like deployed the National Guard in Washington, D.C. and now Chicago, and they've like some of them are carrying firearms.
Oh,
So it
okay.
really seems like they're trying to ramp up to doing something, and I don't
Mm.
fucking know what it is.
Like you said, I'm
So
a white guy showing up, but my daughter's not. So
yeah, but I mean, it is possible that they'll like lock shit down and he won't be able to come.
we'll see.
So keep that in.
That'll be wild if that happens. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, it'll be wild, but it will be better for you to not be able to come than like getting stuck here or some shit,
Oh, right. That'd be freaking weird.
not able to
Okay,
leave.
I
Yeah,
do need to
so
go to the
it's
dentist, so I will
yeah,
catch
go to
you
the
in his
dentist.
later.